There. Okay, we are live, I believe. So, welcome to the first ever game of Wormholes and Bookworms presents Dungeons and Dragons with authors and other publishing professionals. Been hoping to do this for ages, so I am very excited to finally get it started. I am Liam, your dungeon master for tonight. This game is hosted by Trident Games, where I am a resident dungeon master and a community cartography lead. It's one of the best communities online for playing Dungeons and Dragons, and a book blogger at bookwormhole.co.uk. And let's start with introducing yourselves and your characters briefly. Vicky, would you like to start us off?
Okay, I'm Vicky. I am a primary school teacher and a book blogger. And I will be playing Karamip Shadowcloak, a gnome who's very interesting.
Okay, excellent. Now, I'm trying to remember names, sorry. Sorry, remember your character's name again? I know you just said it. Karamip.
Karamip Shadowcloak.
Yes, thank you. Okay, Karamip is having a fairly normal kind of day for Karamip, whatever it is she gets up to. When she has maybe a strong recollection of some kind of childhood memory. It might be something she was doing when she was little. It might be a favourite food she had when she was younger. It might be a bit of a lesson on morality she once learned. Something of that kind. What do you think Karamip might have been thinking about this morning?
She was thinking about the time when she was about 8 years old and she met a magician for the first time, like one of those like card tricks magician, like palming things. And she was super fascinated by it and determined to learn that skill herself.
Excellent. Well, she's suddenly, this little memory pops into her head of remembering that time she saw that magician and there was clever little tricks. And suddenly she vanishes. Just poof. Little puff of smoke. Okay.
Cool.
Yes. Let's move on to Kieran. Could you introduce yourself and your character for tonight?
Hello, my name's Kieran Larwood. I am a children's author, best known for my books about Tolkien Wonderia series called The Five Realms. And tonight I am playing a gnome druid called Winkin Deeproot. Excellent.
And Winkin as well. This day, his daily routine is disrupted or interrupted by a passing memory of his childhood. What do you think that might be for Winkin?
He's remembering the forest glade where he grew up with all his little animal friends, little squirrels and deer and things like that.
Ah, lovely. And as he thinks back to this beautiful forest glade, again, he just poofs out of existence.
Help.
Yeah. Okay, Leonie, what about you?
Hi, I'm Leonie Lock. I'm a bookseller and editor for a children's publisher, and I'm playing Clomp, who is the hill dwarf.
Okay, and Clomp, the hill dwarf, again has a sudden flash of a childhood memory.
He's remembering sitting drawing with pieces of coal when he was very, very young, and then hiding them under rocks and things when people came nearby because he didn't want them to know that he liked drawing.
What did he like drawing?
All sorts. He believes in dragons, so he likes drawing dragons, but he also likes creating his own stories and his own characters and drawing those as well.
Excellent. And as he's remembering and maybe wondering if there's any of those drawings still hidden under any of those rocks from so long ago, he vanishes. Okay, and Rachel, what about you?
Yeah, hi, I'm Rachel Delahaye and I'm a children's author. Primarily write dark comedy for kids. My latest series being Mort the Meek. And I'm playing Wildlip Delaforce, who is an elf barbarian who loves to go into battle to try and prove herself.
Excellent. And what would Wildlip's childhood memory be?
Wildlip is probably remembering the first time she picked up her rapier swords and did some tricks with them, and it was the first time that any of her brothers and sisters who have plenty of powers never looked at her with any regard at all, and she's remembering that time fondly.
Lovely. And as she remembers that, she too disappears. Okay, a woozy feeling overcomes you all as you suddenly find yourself surrounded by small children. The children hold hands, gently humming as they stare at you with amazement in their eyes. The children look oddly familiar. One looks quite short and stout. One is a bit taller, a bit slender, and there was two very small little ones. And they all look at you and they all kind of start squealing with excitement. It's like, it worked! It worked! It worked! They came! They're here! They came to save us! And they all begin rushing towards you. Eagerness to kind of... One of these little tiny ones wraps its arms around Karamip's legs and squeezes tight and says, "You're here! You're here to look after me." And everyone,
no thanks.
But-
She's going to shake her leg just a little bit.
we summoned you. We summoned you here to save us.
Uh,
Do we recognise any of them?
No. But again, like I say, one looks a little dwarfish, one looks slightly elvish, but they look like little fey creatures, little fey children.
Okay, I thought it might be like us as children, perhaps, but
There's a reminiscence there, but no, it certainly don't look like you remember yourself looking as a child.
okay. Can I ask them why they summoned us?
Yes. We got scared. It's a monster. The monster of Wonderia. You'll save us from a monster, won't you?
Have they summoned us randomly or chosen us specifically for our skills?
We just needed champions to look after us, and we did the circle, and we all danced around it and sang, and the four of you appeared. You must be the ones we need.
I think you're mistaking me for someone else.
You'll not save us from a monster.
It
I will save
depends.
you. I will save you.
No.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm kind. I will save you, little fairy children.
Thank you. We knew you would.
What kind of monster is it, though?
Oh, it's
Just checking first.
It's a terrible child-eating monster. It lives in a forbidden mountain cave. Each full moon, a little fairy dragon comes to us and delivers invitations demanding we travel to a forbidden mountain within a fortnight. And we all got invitations, and we don't want to go because, well, it's scary.
Okay, how do you know it's a monster, though? Have you seen it? Has anyone seen the monster?
Well, people go every month, but nobody ever comes back.
Maybe it's just like a really good party.
Clomp would like to go to a really good party. Clomp thinks we should go and have a look at this party.
But
Yeah, we'll check it out.
and they say those who refuse the invitation, they're stolen away in the night, and everything we love is destroyed. That's what we say.
Is there just one monster? Is it going to take long? Is what I need to know.
I don't know. Are you in a rush? Are we?
Well, yeah, I've got battles to prove myself with, and I need to find my superpowers. So
That's
I
perfect.
can't be held up.
That's perfect. You can prove yourself against the monster of Wonderia. And there'll be great battles because it's a terrible monster.
Okay. So are there just going to be the four of us, or will we have another army with us fighting? Is it just four of us alone?
We'll come with you because we have to go. We got invited.
Okay.
Yeah, Winkin, one of the little ones tries to kind of sidle up and tries to kind of hold your hand after you say you're going to help.
Oh, yeah, I'll hold his
This
hand
little.
I say, what's your name, little one? Is he smaller than me?
Yes,
Pretty small.
he's very small. He's like a little pixie.
Aw.
We're Wonderfay, but I don't have an actual name. You can give me a name if you want.
I'm going to call you Peter.
Okay, I'm Peter. Karamip, one's still trying to kind of desperately wrap her arms around your legs and hold on. And
I'll peel them off and say, fine, I'm going to help.
No.
But I need a bit of personal space.
She starts crying.
Oh, can I use minor illusion and make something nice appear, like a fluffy cat?
As soon as you do, she stops crying instantly and just starts chasing around after a cat.
Okay, yeah. Feels good.
And then you start chasing around after a cat. One still holding Winkin's hand and kind of looks like he really wants to go and chase the cat, but he also wants to kind of keep holding your hand.
Aww. You can go and chase the cat, Peter, if you like.
Okay. He goes chases after a cat too. And this seems to spend ages chasing after a cat. We're quite happy doing that. They seem to be full of joy once they're not feeling quite so scared anymore. But yeah, they want you to go with them to the Forbidden Mountain as their guardians.
I think we should all do it. Do we have to agree amongst ourselves? Should we go?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Why not?
Nothing better.
Show me the way, Peter, to the Forbidden Mountain.
Yes. Follow me. And again, he holds your hand, and over the rest, kind of each one of them picks one of you and tries to hold on to you in some way. No, in a nice way. It's a primary school teacher thing, isn't it? She does occasionally try to wipe her nose on your leggings or whatever it is you're wearing.
I'm quite uncomfortable about that, but okay.
Okay, and yeah, they will lead you off on a great journey, a fantastic quest. And we're telling you in Wonderia. It's a magical realm of the Feywild. And as you travel, the terrain of Wonderia is infinitely varied. There's jungles, there's ocean, there's tundra. The land seems to baffle the mind. It keeps changing every half hour or so. You hear some kind of terrible roar off in the distance. And we kind of tremble for a while and tell you there's dinosaurs over there, and then you come across a frozen tundra where there are playful penguins sliding around and tap dancing over cuddly creatures. As you're crossing this frozen glacier, one of them, the one who's attached himself to Clump, suddenly throws himself down on his back, flat on the snow, and starts waving his arms up and down and his legs in and out to create little snow pixies.
That looks like lots of fun. I would like to do that also. But as I lie down and start waving my arms in the snow, I remember who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing, and I stand up and sort of straighten the informant.
He tries to encourage you to do it more. He says it's fun. It's nice.
I'll just move my foot slightly and make a little pan with my foot whilst staring ahead at the quest.
Okay, excellent. So you travel through all these varied terrains, jungles and tundra. You reach a beach with a mighty ocean, seems to go on forever. And they seem to stop their quest and start trying to decide which one of you should be buried in the sand for a bit. They need to start...
Bury us in the sand?
Yeah, it's fun. They start digging holes. Try to dig as big a hole as they can. I think they want to bury Wildlip, but Wildlip's probably the biggest of you all, being an elf, and they maybe dig a hole that would fit a cramped gnome before we kind of get a bit tired and a bit... start whinging a bit.
Oh, I'll jump in.
Oh!
I'll just check it first to make sure there's not anything horrible in the bottom.
There isn't. No, it's dry sand all the way down. And then they gleefully start filling it in around you, leaving your head sticking out from the top.
I'll help fill in the sand.
Not too high. Not over my mouth and nose, please.
And from the ocean, the head of a huge sea monster, looks like a plesiosaur or something of that ilk, this long serpentine neck suddenly breaks out the surface and starts singing. And they all
I was going to eat me.
dance around in glee, dancing around this little patch of sand with Poor Winkin buried in it.
Do we know the song?
No, because I don't want any copyright infringements. Yes. It's a song about how life is so much better below the ocean.
Okay.
After that we get a little bit bored of the sand and start trying to encourage you to get yourself out. And it's time to kind of move on to somewhere else.
How long is it going to take us? I'll ask one of the little things.
I don't know, but it feels like we've been walking for ages and ages and ages. Are we nearly there?
I don't know. I don't know where we're going.
Oh, can I go to the toilet?
Yeah, go wherever you want.
Okay.
I don't care.
Not on my head.
Stand
though,
roll.
please.
Okay. One of the little ones says, "It's okay. We'll take the shortcut. We'll be there soon."
Is it safe, this shortcut?
I don't know. Nobody who's gone to the Forbidden Mountain has ever come back.
Is it because they've taken the shortcut and they've gotten lost on the way and never made it to the end?
I don't know.
Are they telling the truth?
You can give me an insight check if you like.
Sure. 11.
Yeah, you don't think these things are capable of lying. They seem to seem very open. Too innocent to lie.
Okay.
But
The
Are
shortcut.
they imaginative? Could they be making the whole thing up?
possibly, they do seem very playful.
Is this a joke to them, maybe?
You can give me an insight check as well if you like.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, on your character sheet you will see a list of skills. It starts like acrobatics, athletics, and the like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of them should say insight and should have a plus number next to it.
Oh, 1.
Okay, roll me a 1d20 plus 1. You can do that in the Discord chat. So insight is how well you're doing at reading people.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to do one as well.
Okay.
Am I still in the hole, by the way?
No, they kind of they wandered off. I think your companions might have had to kind of dig you out.
Oh, 5 plus 2, 7. That's rubbish.
Yeah. How are you doing, Rachel?
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you have to do now.
Okay, you need to roll a 20-sided dice and add 1 to it. So if you click on the Discord chat, you should see. I think Leonie's just done one. Exclamation mark roll.
Oh, yeah? Is that... What's that?
Okay. In the Discord chat, where we were all saying hello earlier, if you just type exclamation mark roll and then space 1d20 plus 1, and it should roll for you.
Where's the... I'm so sorry, I don't know where the Discord chat thing is. Oh, okay. So what do I type, sorry?
Exclamation mark roll.
Yeah, and then return?
No, and then space 1d20.
Yeah.
1d20 plus 1.
7.
So, okay, yeah, these things seem very playful. They could be making stuff up. They don't seem deceitful at all, but yeah, it could be just a big game. But they actually at times they do seem genuinely quite scared when they talk about this mountain and this monster.
They're stopping to dig holes and be chatty, so I'm confused as to how scared they are.
They seem very easily distracted.
Right.
And we see a mountain.
No, not at the moment. You see a big jungle behind you and a glacier off to one side, and this ocean seems to go on forever.
And you said we're in the Fey realm.
Yes, yeah, it all feels very.
An inverted mountain, do you think? If we can't see a mountain, is it somehow, I don't know, is the landscape tricky?
It feels tricky, these sudden transitions from different terrains. Yeah, it's quite a baffling place. It doesn't seem to follow any kind of logical rules you'd expect.
Should we just keep walking and see where we end up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try and encourage the little things on. I'll say to them, I'll play you a tune on my flute if you follow us and tell us where to go and stop getting distracted.
We're not
another kitten.
We're not little things. We're Wonder Fey.
Okay, little Wonder Fey.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we will follow you and tell you where to go. So we all move round behind you. And go forward.
It's not the world's best decision. They should go in front of us.
But you said to follow you.
Yeah, don't listen to me.
Okay.
Can I start a conga line?
Yes, you absolutely can.
So I'm gonna teach the Wonder Fae how to do a conga, and then tell them that I don't know how many of these things there are, but maybe there's like 3 of them and then one of us, and then 3 of them, one of us.
There's 4 of them and 4 of you. So.
Oh, is that it? Okay, then we'll alternate. So
I go at the front because I'm holding 2 swords, so it might be awkward.
Okay. Yes, you conga across Wonderia. You eventually arrive at a beautiful forest glade. Little flowers and the grass, the sound of a stream flowing nearby, birds singing in the trees. And in the middle of this glade is a giant mushroom.
Can I identify it?
Yeah, give me a nature roll.
Got +3. 12.
It doesn't look like any kind of mushroom you've ever seen before.
Okay.
Someone should touch it.
I was going to say, can I eat it? And I've changed my mind.
What happens if we slice it a little bit?
If a mushroom
Can we
goes,
damage it?
whoa, don't do that. That is so not cool, man. Put the swords away. The Wonder Fae jump around excitedly and go, we're here, we're ready, okay. And they all get themselves ready in a little tiny circle. And they start singing. As we kind of rotate a little circle and we go, shortcut time is now, shortcut time is here, shortcuts are a magical thing, so please, oh please stay near. The big eyes gaze towards you as they hold out their hands, beckoning you to join them.
Yeah, sure.
I'll go hold Peter's hand, yeah.
The mushroom says, whoa, shortcut, my Wonder Fae, noise.
It's such a weird mushroom.
Hey! Rude.
You're not a weird mushroom. I've just never seen a mushroom that talks, so it's weird to me.
Alright, fair enough. Call me Melly.
Okay, I will.
And, yeah, what are you up to, man?
I think
You
we're
don't really
following
know.
things.
Excuse me. Oh, man, cool, okay. Well, I'm just chilling, but we're happy to see these little Wonderfae do a ritual. You're gonna help them with it, are you?
Can I stand guard while they're doing the ritual rather than join in with the circle?
The little Wonderfaes attach you because no, please, we need to go too. We can't get left behind.
Okay.
Oh.
Can I ask the mushroom where it's going to send us?
Yeah, man, Forbidden Mountain.
Oh, okay.
It is a
Cool,
shortcut.
okay.
Yeah, totally. I mean, mountain's days away, but I can get you there like that.
Well, how does this work? Is it going to hurt?
No, man, totally cool. It's sweet.
Do I get a dizzying high or the giggles or some sort of side
we have
effect?
some of what you're having.
Just just a mellow mushroom, man.
Cool.
No,
Okay, then.
Okay, well, I'm up for it. I'm up for it if everyone else is.
Sure. If they're going to go, we might as well help them. They
Yeah.
seem quite defenseless.
don't leave us. You said you'd protect us from the monster.
Oh, go on then.
Okay, who would like to go first with their shortcut ritual?
I will.
Okay. All you need to do, Clump, is to dance with a Wonderfae by holding their hands and skipping in a circle.
I could do that. I think I can remember how to skip from my youth. I'm sure that's the thing I would have done. Yes. I sort of hold their hands and let them lead me.
They're very small, so yeah, it's kind of. But we're trying to go faster and faster and faster around.
I'm very, very concerned that I might have left one of my shoelaces undone, but I'm trying not to think about that because positive thoughts.
Okay, excellent. You can do that. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
Oh, no, I'll you go first.
You go.
Okay.
I'll go. I've got more to prove.
Yeah, Matt, that's cool. All you gotta do, little elf, is share a memory of your favourite childhood food dish.
My favourite childhood food.
Yeah.
The roasted acorns.
Oh, man, what did you do them with?
Yeah, we used to put them in leaves. We used to fold leaves to make little cups and carry roasted acorns with us. My favourite childhood food.
That's totally cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, little
I
gnome.
was going to say mushrooms, but I'm not going to.
No, not cool. But, if you like mushrooms, then, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I mean, not me, please, but,
Not you.
no, that would be not cool.
Just your less sentient family, don't worry.
Yeah, I got this, cousin. Oh, man, he bums me out.
Yeah. Get rid of the deadwood is what I say,
Yeah, totally. Okay, little gnome dude, all I need from you is your favourite childhood memory.
My favourite childhood memory was a little pet squirrel I used to have in my forest glade, and he used to climb on my hand and I used to feed him little nuts from my mouth. And he was called Pinky.
That's sweet. Awesome! And you, little gnome dudette. All I need from you is a moment when you felt loved as a child.
When I first managed to palm a coin out of someone's ear and everybody clapped and cheered, it made me feel yeah, that's pretty good.
Awesome. Okay, it's the last shortcut task is completed. The smell of freshly baked cookies wafts in the air as the terrain folds in on itself, until finally you find yourself standing at the entrance to a forbidden mountain, the home of a monster of Wonderia. The entrance is a cave that looks like the large, gaping mouth of an ogre with blunted teeth. Inside, you see a huge form, grey-skinned in the darkness. Many, many times any of you's height. It seems to come towards you, and there's this kind of stomping sound. It kind of sends pebbles shaking across the earth. And then a voice breaks the silence and calls out from inside the mountain, "Oh my goodness, the food is going to get cold! Hurry! Inside, all of you! It's time to eat, and you look starving!" The Wonderia excitedly shout, "Hooray! Food!" And they vanish. You hear these invisible Wonderia giggling and laughing all around you as they begin fearlessly rushing inside the mountain's entrance to eat. They give no thought to the monster of Wonderia lurking within the mountain.
Is the implication that they are the food?
Could be. But
Is the thing that spoke the actual monster?
could be.
I'm getting the sense we've been lured to the monster.
Yeah.
As opposed to helping.
But they all turn invisible and begin kind of rushing past you to get into the mountain.
Can we see that evidence that there's a monster?
No, all you see is this kind of forbidding cave entrance, like this gaping mouth leading into this mountain.
Do you recognise the creature? Is it like a hobgoblin or something that we would recognise, or is it just a?
It looks like a giant from what you can make out of it. Much bigger than a hobgoblin or anything like that.
I think we should just go say hello.
Okay,
Maybe it's not a trap.
Yeah, we'll
I was
stand back and let
volunteering.
Clomp go and say hello.
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe it is a party. Maybe it's not a trap.
We still hear the Wonderia.
Oh yeah,
Have their voices vanished? Have they disappeared?
they're invisible, but you can hear them giggling around you as they try and
They're
push.
still giggling. Once they've rushed in, we can hear the echoes of the giggling.
Yeah. They go quiet once you get deeper into the mountain because they're only small. If you don't stop them going in, you'll kind of lose track of them.
I feel no real attachment to them, so
Oh.
sure.
I'm gonna Can I grab Peter's hand and say, "Stay with me, Peter. It might be dangerous."
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
But he's invisible, so.
I'm really desperate to find out what power is my special power. So perhaps it is being able to see these invisibles and be able to see them. Can I go first? I wouldn't mind going first to see if I can check out what my power is. Can I step first into the cave?
Yeah, but if you grab Peter, he will plead, "If you please let me go, please let me go, please."
It
Well,
might be
I've got nothing
dangerous,
to do with
Peter.
Peter. He's not clinging to me.
No, this is a Winkin.
No, it's too dangerous. Stay with me, and I'll look after you.
I want to go. We've got food in there, yummy food.
Right, we're going to find the food in a minute, but just wait and come with me. Just behave yourself.
Okay, he will cast a spell. Let me just get the details of this up.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, Peter.
And some days. One.
Are we going to be invisible too?
Well, that would make us nice and stealthy.
It would.
It would, but if you're invisible, can you see other invisible people?
No, I don't think so. Don't think that's how it works.
Okay. What are your hit point totals?
Oh no. I've got hardly any. 10.
10. Okay.
11.
11.
8.
Don't kill me, Peter.
8.
What do I look?
Hit points. It's middle, top
middle.
top middle of your sheet.
Got initiative and armor and
Hit point.
Under that.
Hit point maximum.
I can't see it. Where is it?
Let me find your.
Mine's to the right of the armour.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, hit point.
Yes.
Oh, 12?
12.
Right.
Okay, excellent. Karen was the 8, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Okay, the 2 gnomes both fall asleep. Peter casts his little spell. The rest of you are fine, but the 2 gnomes both fall asleep, and then he kind of pulls his hand free and dashes into the mountain.
Damn you, Peter.
It's all Peter's fault if they get tricked now.
Yes. Wildlip and Clump, you're both awake, but you see that your 2 friends both just kind of slump down and start snoring heavily. Or not snoring.
Lazy brothers.
Hmm?
It's just lazy.
Yeah.
Alert to us. Can I nudge Winkin with my foot just to?
You do, and that's enough to wake him up.
Oh, cool, okay. I yawn and stand up, and then I look around and see that Peter's gone, and I say, "No,
Peter!"
How could you?"
He wanted that food.
There's no food.
We'll have to go in the mountain after them, won't we?
Yeah.
Probably
I think we should
look up first
sneak.
as well.
Yes. If we want to sneak, I can give someone advantage on a stealth check. To one person.
I think I'm quite stealthy. I'll be all right.
I've got +1 stealth. Is that good?
Maybe it's better than mine. Maybe it's better to give it to myself.
I'm +3 stealth. I don't know what that means, but
Okay, I'll give it to myself. I'll give myself the blessing of the trickster.
Okay, you're sneaking in. Okay, give me some stealth rolls. So Rachel, this is the same as your insight, except it's whatever your stealth is.
It's so good that I had advantage. Because I rolled a 4 and then a natural 20.
Very nice. So 23? No, what was your mod?
No, 20. Just 20.
Okay.
I did
4
the first
for
one
me.
wrong.
So what was that?
Right.
Winkin?
4.
4.
Just 4.
Okay.
Pathetic.
What did Clomp get?
Try it again.
Clomp got 27, then realised that he'd done the maths wrong, so he actually got 6.
We started off really stealthy and then fell out.
Okay. I'm not going to ask how you got that maths wrong.
I pressed 22 instead of 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's these fat moving fingers.
What about wild?
What do I do again?
1d20 plus whatever your stealth modifier is.
One.
Sorry?
Come up with 21.
21. Right? Excellent.
Ooh.
That sounds very stealthy.
Yeah.
Balances out with mine then. That's
well,
as a party, we're good.
2 of you are being very quiet, going from shadow to shadow. 2 of you are definitely not being very quiet at all. Has Vicky frozen for anybody else?
Yeah.
I just thought she was really happy.
Is it back?
No, you've kind of frozen with your arms on your hips. That's better. Hello.
That better?
Yes, much better.
Good.
Okay, so passing through the opening of a cave entrance shatters reality. A pleasant, homely living room, but a living room large enough for a giant, appears out of thin air, along with a nearly endless table where the Wonderfae are gathered eating a yellow porridge-like substance out of wooden bowls. As they eat, they sing. Yummy hot cereal, yummy yummy in my tummy, I feel lovely. The aroma of vanilla and cinnamon linger in the air as an elderly storm giant wearing a purple apron with a small bag latched around her wrist walks out from around a corner in the cave. Oh, it's good to see you again, my friends. Look how big you've grown. I've been expecting you. Won't you sit and eat? She gestures towards a large table as chairs and place settings dance into position ready to serve you.
Are there spaces for us to sit down?
Oh yeah. There's places. The cutlery is kind of dancing around, settling into position, ready for you to make little places for you to eat.
But they said, haven't you grown? So have they met Wonderfae before then?
Of course I've met you before. I remember you so well. It's so good to see you. Please sit and eat. You look like you haven't eaten in days.
It wasn't.
Is she talking? She's talking to us.
Yes.
Rather than the Wonderfae.
No, the Wonderfae are already tucking into their yummy, yummy cereal. Yummy, yummy in their tummy.
Do we recognise her?
No, you don't.
Okay. I'm going to sit down, but I'm not going to eat anything until I've examined it carefully.
Okay. She still fills a bowl full for you.
Can I examine the tubby custard, please?
You can. Perception check or an investigation check, I think, for this, maybe.
Oh, I've got perception +4, so can I use
Yeah,
that?
okay.
Okay. Come on, dice. Oh, 14. That's 18.
Okay, it looks delicious. It looks like a nice spicy dish. I actually have a recipe here for it somewhere.
Do we know anything about eating in the Fey realm?
Give me
yeah.
give me an Arcana check for that. But yeah, it looks like kind of cornmeal with milk and spices and sugar and like a cornmeal porridge essentially, and it smells lovely.
Can I dip my pinky finger in it and just smell it and then just lick like a tiny little bit?
Absolutely, it tastes nice. She's no.
I rolled a 14 on an Arcana check.
Okay, you don't know any reason why you shouldn't eat in the Feywild. It's not one of these. If you eat here, you're trapped here forever kind of deals. Like,
yeah. That I was concerned a little bit, but
and she kind of puts a very large hand on your shoulder, Comp. She says, "Eat up, dear. You look hungry."
Who's going to be
Right.
the first to actually eat some?
I've got a slight advantage against poison and a slight resistance to poison, so I guess I'll have like a tiny little taste because I am very hungry and I've come all this way and I'm a snow angel and that really takes out of you.
It does.
So-
You look so hungry. Come on, I'll give you a bigger portion. Here you go. Get that down you. You'll feel much better after you've eaten this.
I'm going to die, aren't I? Is she trying to fatten me up so she can eat me? Is that
Possibly. Possibly.
okay? Well, I'm already quite short and stout, so I'm gonna enjoy a bit of porridge as I'm here.
Okay.
I'm going to watch Clump and see what happens.
Okay.
For science, I'll do it for science.
Clump, as you eat that hot cereal, it warms your soul and it makes you feel like you're at home among loved ones. Yeah.
It's nice. Can I have more?
Of course you can, dear. She
feel
fills your
like
bowl up.
You don't want to leave. Is it making you feel like you don't want to leave? Do you think?
I love a good cooked meal. I'll stay until the food runs out, I guess.
I'm not sure it's ever going to run out, though.
Well, then I'm going to be one happy clump.
She has got it was like a pan of it was appropriately sized for a storm giant, which are pretty darn big.
I'll eat
heart
some.
rate and your pulse and
I feel fine. Is the pan big enough for a dwarf to bathe in?
No.
Probably is, but she would discourage the idea.
oh, go on, I'll eat some as well. then.
Okay, and yes, the rest of you, as you tuck into this yellow hot cereal, it's delightful. It does warm your soul, and it makes you feel like you're back among family, friends, loved ones back at home.
So have we lost all sense of danger at all? Does it make us feel incredibly safe?
I don't know. How does Wild feel? Does she feel safe, or there's
Not
nothing being
really.
imposed upon you?
I don't think I'm used to such generosity
No,
from other creatures, so I'm a bit wary.
that's fine. Okay, are you going to eat, or are you gonna be a bit too cautious for that?
Do I have a choice?
Yes, of course you do. I mean, she's going to
I don't
encourage
want to.
you, but
Yeah, I don't want to eat it. I'm not going to eat.
okay,
No, I'm not going to eat any.
okay, that is.
I'd like to walk around the room and look at the room while
Okay,
everyone's eating.
yeah, it looks like a nice homely living room. Like I say, there is a very large armchair, a very large sofa. You'd have to kind of struggle to get up to it. Like I say, there's this big table in the middle of it, maybe a fireplace in one corner. It feels very homely. It doesn't feel like the inside of a cave, inside a forbidden mountain at all.
Can we speak to the giant? Can I say, excuse me, have you seen any monsters around here?
The monster of Wonderia. Yes. Oh, that's what the Wonderfay call me. But I prefer being called Abuelita. You can call it's Abuelita Evilise, but please, dear, you can call me Abuelita. Oh,
So
but,
Abuelita is the monster.
well, they would call me a monster. It's just silly little stories that I like making up. I mean, these silly fairy tales about me being a monster and eating them. Have you ever heard like? It's so silly.
If you're not a monster, and these are all stories, then where do the other little fae go when they come visit you?
Well, that's quite a story. Let me fill your bowl up again, dear, and I'll tell you all about it. She settles down back in her armchair, and you see, it's important to understand that here in Wonderia, time, it doesn't follow the same patterns as it does back in the material plane. It has no order. Some events occur before, or after, or during any sequence. It's quite baffling to a lot of people, but for Wonderfay, you see, they're the Feywild's manifestation of a childlike sense of wonder and curiosity. But there comes a time for every Wonderfay where they become part of a mortal soul. They breathe happiness and joy into mortal babies when they are born. Their time here in Wonderia is a time of play and wonder and curiosity, and then there comes a time when they have to move on and to be born into a mortal soul, and that's when they come to see me. And that's why none of them ever go back. You can't go back after you've been born, can you? But they make up these silly little stories about me being a monster and eating them because, well, I'm the one who helps them move on to where they're meant to be.
Is that why you recognised us? Because of the Wonder Fae that were part of our being?
Of course, yes. I remember you the time you were here as Wonderfay as if it was just today.
Was it just today?
Yes, dear, it is.
Oh, that's weird.
Been a long
What's
day.
going on?
These...
I'm 150 years old. It's been a really long day.
Well, time doesn't work like that here, but that little one down there, and you see a little tiny Wonderfay kind of face deep in a bowl of porridge. He's about to go and become part of you when you're born. And it's 150 years ago for you, but it's later today for him, and he finds the whole thing, yes, that one burying himself in a bowl. And he finds the whole thing a bit scary.
So Peter is one of my childhood memories.
Peter is a part of you that is full of wonder and curiosity, or he will be, or he was, or it gets a bit confusing when you look at narrative structures like that, but
Oh, Peter.
Maybe you shouldn't have stopped him from coming in.
Yeah.
You're holding yourself
I'm glad
back.
He put me to sleep. Yeah. Scarring myself psychologically. So if we murder this giant, that'd be a bad thing then, because none of us would have childhood senses of wonder.
Yes, that would. Yes, I'm overseeing their transition from a Feywild into a material plane. Once they leave Wonderia, they only return as adults, like you have. I'm so proud of all of you, of all you've done. I mean, it was just today that you were just anxious little Wonderfay awaiting your new lives.
It's very
It's to
odd.
us.
Do you think she's telling the truth, or there's something sinister going on?
She seems to be being very honest with you. You can give me an insight check if you like. If being
Sounds
suspicious.
too good to be true. Insight, where's that? +2. Oh, 9.
No, she seems as honest as the day is long. Very. Yeah, especially here.
Is there anything, can we feel any negative effects from either the porridge or from being in the room with a previous version of ourselves, thus completely disregarding all sense of time?
No, you feel a warm coziness inside.
That would be a side effect of Plump.
Okay, that might be yeah. Plum feels very odd. He feels very odd because he feels cozy and maybe a little bit happy.
Is it easy to tell?
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I was just going to say, is it easy to tell which, one is each of us? Like, Clumps is the one eating.
Yeah.
And then there's Peter.
Yeah, it's the one who spent her whole day trying to bond with you and being shooed away.
Okay, really annoying. Yeah, fair.
Well,
if we step out of the cave and come back in again, will we have a different sensation or a different feeling?
You step out and you look back, and the cave again looks like an ominous, scary, shadowy cave mouth. And if you step in, it looks like a nice, cozy sitting room again.
Oh! Can I cast Detect Magic?
Yeah.
And see if I see anything, magic-y within our vicinity? Anything that seems like an illusion or, anything like that?
Okay, yeah. That bag she's got on her waist is definitely magical. There's an air of magic. The whole place, there's a kind of a faint background of magic, which you're not used to from a material plane. This is a magical, much more of a magical realm, but that's no great surprise to Karamip. But yeah, that bag she's got tied to her belt is definitely a magical item.
What school of magic, if any?
It's not so much a school. It's it just comes across as it's a magical item rather than a spell.
Okay.
Have I noticed it as well?
Can you detect magic?
No, I was just wondering if she told us.
I'll nudge the others and tell them.
Have we got a rogue to pick the pocket?
Ooh.
Is sleight of hand any use with...
That would be pickpocketing, yeah.
I've got that on my character sheet.
Do you want to try and steal her bag? It's a very big bag. She's a very big woman.
She is a very big child.
I'm a dwarf, but I'm a medium-sized dwarf. I'm not a small dwarf. I'm a hill dwarf. I don't know.
Can we talk to her to distract her whilst Clomp tries to steal it?
I mean, she's about 8 meters tall, 26 feet, so...
Okay, can I go inside the bag?
Well, yes, of course you can, dear Clump. That's what I want you to do, in fact.
I'm now looking at the floor for any scratch marks. I've heard this story before.
I need you to help guide the Wonderfae into my bag of holding so I can create the portal to the magical plane. Once they enter...
I'm not convinced. I was once in prison with this guy called Kirkwold, and he told me some strange stories about bags. I don't think I'm gonna.
I feel weird making the childlike spirits go into a bag.
Once they enter the portal, they fuse with a mortal soul during birth. It's very frightening for them, though.
I mean, I know a way we could get them into the bag, but it feels mean.
No, don't be mean to them. No, this is meant to be a beautiful process.
Well, it's more... Yeah, that's what I was going to say, but it feels mean to make them go into the bag when we're not sure it's a good thing.
I just need comfort, otherwise they'll be overcome with self-doubt that they'll fail in life.
What would happen if one of us climbed into the bag?
You can go in with them.
Is it safe for us?
Yes, of course it is. I promise you, nothing bad will happen to you.
Can we look inside the bag before we decide to climb in it?
Yeah, it just looks dark in there. Not like a normal inside bag dark, but like a magical darkness. Like it's.
What if you put a hand in and then pull it out again?
You
put part.
Yeah, you don't feel anything. You don't feel like it doesn't feel like inside a bag. It feels like you're putting your hand into some kind of other space.
Okay. Should we make them go in?
Well, don't make them. What I need you to do is comfort them and try and help them overcome their self-doubts. The self-doubts can cause little bogies to manifest themselves and scare them. And that stops me summoning the portal. Just help them overcome their self-doubt. And they'll do fine. I mean, look, they turn into the four of you. I mean, that's pretty special, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't have any self-doubts.
Lovely.
Should we just pick one? Just try it? You know?
One in.
I can cast Charm Person. Shall I cast Charm Person on Peter and make him get in the bag as revenge for making me go to sleep earlier on?
Get in the bag, Peter. Get in the bag.
It's much
just wrong, isn't it?
better if you can help them find the courage to go in rather than tricking them into it.
Go on, Peter. We believe in you.
It's really safe.
Come and see what's in this lovely bag.
But it's scary. I don't want to go in.
Oh, it's like giving children sweets.
I want to stay here.
I'm not.
I want to stay here with the food.
Oh, I don't think we should force him to go in if he doesn't want to.
Peter, I looked in there. There is food in there. There's like this. Yeah, there's yellow, like yummy hot cereal. I saw it.
There's yummy hot cereal here.
Yes, but
There's
the one in there
lots.
smells even better. It smells better, I promise you.
There's lots here, especially after Abuelita stopped Clump climbing into the pot.
Clump!
Can I tell Peter that we all have a destiny to fulfill, and maybe this is his, and he should go and explore it?
Okay. Yeah, you can help.
Would that convince him?
You can convince him to jump in. In fact, yeah, you can. I mean, you can convince them all to jump in. They're a little concerned, a little worried. Abuelita tells you that what helps calm them is share with them one thing that makes you happy before they enter. Sharing this can help keep the bogeymen away from them. And the little Wonderfay will kind of anxiously gather around you all, hugging you all tightly. Karamip and Fado's arms around your legs again. Clump, your little one, his face covered in yellow cereal, is kind of jumping up with his arms out, wanting a big hug.
I will hug him and then immediately put him down because I forgot my face touch again. And I'll just tenderly pat him on the head.
Okay. Peter kind of holds out his hand for you again, winking, and kind of takes a hold of your hand and kind of clutches it tightly. And Wild, your little one comes up to you and she wants to be picked up and held as well.
Oh, okay. I'm going to give Peter a cuddle and tell him all about my pet squirrel Pinky and how lovely and fluffy he was.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that and then jump together if you like, into the bag of holding.
Oh, we're going in as well?
Yeah, he's not letting go of you.
That wasn't the plan.
Okay, all right, I'll go. I'll jump in.
Yeah,
okay, I'll jump in with mine as well.
Okay, are you gonna tell her something that makes you happy?
Yeah, I'm going to tell her about how when I find an animal that needs help and I rescue and mend that animal, and the look they give you afterwards of complete gratitude and joy is the best feeling in the world. So I'm going to share that.
She wipes a little tear away, and she gives you a look of gratitude and joy that you find quite familiar from your animal cares. And she says, I think I'm ready to go in now. But you will come with me, won't you?
I think I'm going to have to. I will go in, yeah.
Thank you, don't leave me here. And yes, you can jump in with her. What about Clump?
Clump will go also with his little miniature of himself. I have to tell something that makes me happy. Clump tells the story of how every day after he finished some form of work, he would come back and deliver little parcels of food to all of the elder dwarves who are on their own. They're sort of retired veterans and things, and chat to them and tell them stories and bake cakes with them and things like that.
Oh, that's nice. I like stories and cakes. Can we share stories and cakes together, do you think?
I like stories and cakes.
Okay, I think I'm ready to go now.
Okay. I'm scared.
Okay. And yes, you and Mini Clump can jump into the bag. And Karamip.
I will ask the little thing clinging to my leg if they've ever heard of my Lord and Saviour, Lyra, the goddess of illusion.
No.
Okay. Well, when you have a god's blessing, it makes you feel loved in a way. I mean, Lyra shows it to me in stupid tricks and funny pranks and like all sorts of just silly things that seem to tease and trick other people. But I know she loves me. I can feel it inside. And like, I'll use thaumaturgy to make a little sound, and I'll be like, that's how I can tell. Like a light bulb pinging.
I think I like tricks. Can we do tricks together?
Yeah. Sure, I'll teach you one with some cards, and I'll get some cards out.
Yeah.
And as I shuffle the thing closer to the bag, I'll show something.
You'll show me tricks. Okay. I think
All of them.
All of them. Okay, I think we can go now.
Yeah.
And you and Mini Karamip can jump into the bag. As soon as you all enter this portal, you're kind of almost like floating around in this kind of large extra-dimensional space. And suddenly, all of these little Wonderfae you're holding suddenly clutch you tighter, squeeze harder, so almost starts shaking. As you see kind of self-doubt being triggered in all of them, this anxiety. Like when a child leaves home for the first time without an adult, or begins a new experience with people they've never met before. That kind of first day at school kind of thing. Dissonant whispers reverberate throughout the bag. You'll be a failure. You're never going to succeed. You have to hide who you truly are. The Wonderfae huddle together and begin to shiver, overcome by the tyranny of self-doubt. Small, oily creatures appear in the shadows and continue filling the Wonderfae with doubt. Quickly, you must act and save them from these vile Fae creatures. And I would like you all to roll initiative, please.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, Rachel, this is just roll a 20-sided d20 again and add whatever your initiative modifier is, which is the top middle of your sheet.
Maybe I shouldn't have cast Detect Magic earlier.
I've got 11.
11
What's initiative?
towards the top, it's quite central.
It's near armor class, I think.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
I'm 17.
I'm a 21.
Okay, 17, 21. What was Winkins?
11.
11.
Rachel's got 17.
17.
17. Okay, thank you. Whatever. That's handy. Okay, there are 4 of these very small, slimy little creatures. They look like grey or black little goblin things, but they're kind of very oily. And they seem to be whispering to little Wonderfae, filling them with doubts and anxieties. Clump, I think you are going to be first to react as you see your little friends suddenly getting very worried.
I take Mini Clomp and just sort of hold him a little bit closer and like, it's okay. And then I'm going to try the peaceful method of shooing the bad spirits away. Shoo! Shoo!
Okay, you can give me a persuasion check if you like to try and reassure little Clump.
Okay. 9.
9. He still looks terrified, clinging to you. He doesn't look particularly reassured, I'm afraid.
I've still got my spoon with a bit of porridge on it. Can I pop that in his mouth like a little dummy?
Absolutely can. Yes, and he kind of starts sucking loudly on it. You see the spoon go in and out as he kind of each suck. Even though the porridge is probably all gone, it's become like a little comforter thing. Karamip, I think you are next.
I will I'll look at these and be like, okay, they seem really evil and oily and horrible, and so I'm gonna get out my little bell and ring it loudly and say, I thought you were dead, go! And cast Toll the Dead.
Okay. Yeah, it's a wisdom save, isn't it?
Yes. My DC
Okay.
is on it.
Well, is it higher than a 6?
Yes, it's 11.
11.
So they take 1d8 of damage. 5 necrotic damage.
5 necrotic damage. Okay.
And then I will shout angrily at them and say, we don't have self-doubts here, go!
Okay, as you attack, the Wonderia all shudder. They shout out, Redcaps, don't make them come!
Oh no.
And yes, you damage one of these little oily boggles. That is what they are. Wildlip, it's your turn.
My instinct is to stand in front of little Wonderfay Wildlip and protect her and get out my swords and stand like a barrier between her and the slithering oily things. Ready to fight if need be.
Okay. Yeah, give me a persuasion check to see if this reassures little Wildlip.
Just another roll.
It is.
Persuasion.
Yes, another skill check.
Okay, hold on. One. Oh, that's wrong. I've got 321. That can't be right.
No.
That's a really good persuasion skill.
It is.
5.
A what?
Yeah. 5.
5. Okay. As you kind of step away from her, putting yourself between them, you just hear this kind of bit of a teary kind of sniffle coming from behind you as she thinks you've kind of left her standing there on her own.
I reach behind with one hand to put my arm around her, but I stay facing
Okay.
slithery things. But I say, it's okay. I'm going to find my power to protect you.
Excellent. Okay, lovely. Okay, one of these boggles is it's seems to be targeting Karamip's little friend. Kind of runs and climbs around and seems to kind of whispering mean things to her about how she'll never have any friends and nobody will like her and she'll never be good enough. And this is going to be a contested check. I need you to give me an insight check, please. Just use your stats.
Insight?
Yeah.
Okay. 21.
Okay, you're able to reassure her and reassure her that it's lying. Or what would you say to her actually? How would you stop this?
Don't listen to their nonsense. I can tell you, because remember, I've got the powers from that goddess, yeah, my Lord and Saviour. I can tell you, it's all a trick. Like, you can see right through tricks like this. You've got to be knowing what to look for, and I'm going to teach you.
Okay, she seems a bit reassured, and this boggle kind of curses and spits oil at you. One's going to try and do the same for Wildlip's little friend. Although you are standing between him and her, he starts whispering to her about how she'll never be able to stand up for herself. She'll never be strong enough. She'll never find her power. And I would like you to give Wildlip to give me an insight check as well.
Right, okay.
I'm not rolling well. Four. Okay. It feels like this boggle's words are getting through to her, reinforcing her doubt and anxiety. Is she kind of standing there? yeah, she's kind of standing out on her own a little bit with you kind of stepping in front of her, and you just hear this kind of growing sobbing coming from behind you.
Okay.
And she's going to gain 2 levels of exhaustion as you kind of this sobbing becomes a bit tired sounding. Okay, one is going to target a mini clump. Again, just trying to reinforcing of his doubts, of his anxieties he's starting to feel. And Clump, give me an insight check, please.
21.
21. You are easily able to reassure Clump. How would you reassure him?
It's all going to be okay. I was once surrounded by 43 warthogs with nothing but my bare fist and a banana, and I managed to escape that. So if I can escape that, we can get out of this. It's going to be fine. You've got this.
Why aren't you winning that adventure?
I don't know. I'm thinking on the spot.
I know. Excellent. Okay, and the last one is going to try and kind of just get through to Winkin's little Peter. Trying to get through to Peter and attack his self-doubts. Please give me an insight check for Peter.
Insight +2. 8.
8 is enough because I'm rolling very, very low here. Yeah, he's trying to just tell Peter, he'll never get anywhere, he'll never do well, he'll never become, who he truly is. But how are you going to reassure Peter?
I'm going to say to Peter, don't worry about it. It's like you're a little acorn, and out of acorns, huge oaks grow. You'll be fine, Peter. Don't listen to him.
Excellent. And Winkin, after an attack on little Peter, it's your turn.
Oh, cool. Are we killing these things?
When I injured them, they said, "Don't let the red caps come," but I don't know what that means.
Isn't a red cap a type of mushroom?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's at all relevant, but we travelled here on a bibbidi bobbidi boo mushroom, and now we're terrified about the red cap mushrooms coming.
I'm gonna grab Peter and swing him up onto my back so he's out of harm's way. I don't really have. I've got. What have I got? I've got poison spray. Would that be any good?
Yeah, that would work.
Or I've got entangle. I could tangle up the. I could tangle them up, so maybe we could escape them.
There's not a lot of space in here, and the bag being an extra dimensional space, you're kind of flying and floating around a lot. So, you think entangle, there's not enough kind of ground space to really make that work.
Okay, I'll do a poison spray then. So I'll lift up my hand and a spray of poison mist spurts out all over the slimy bubble thing.
Okay, is that an attack roll? I don't remember how poison spray works.
Constitution save.
Con save. Okay, let me do a con save for this little one. Nope, it'll be a 4. So you can roll your damage.
1d12 poison damage.
Yeah.
Come on. 5.
Excellent. So, yep, you damage one next to you. And again, Peter shouts, "No, don't make the red caps come."
Oh.
And we are back to Clump, I think, at the top of the order.
Well, he started this now by attacking him, so I guess I'll join in and I'll get my short sword and I'll go attack.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Oh, I forgot now how to do those.
Okay, on your attack bit, are you rolling off D20 off D&D Beyond? You should just be able to click where it has short sword, or the attack bit where it has plus whatever it is, +5 or something.
Oh, so it's +4, but what am I rolling?
D20.
D20 +4.
D20.
Never know which dice I'm on.
If it ever says plus something, it's a D20.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That'd have been helpful 2 years ago when I first started. So 20 I rolled.
A 20. That will hit. You can roll for damage.
Yeah, I can. So that's going to be 6.
6 points of damage when attacking clump. Okay, excellent. And the one little guy behind you, this mini clump, seems kind of quite scared by this idea. Shudders and shouts, "No, not the red caps."
It's alright, I'm not going to make you wear a red hat. It's okay.
Okay, Karamip.
If I talk to the little Wonderfae, can I talk to it and say, what are the red caps?
The red caps are scary.
Okay. Why are they coming?
Because I don't know, but don't make them come, please.
Yeah, I'm not making them come. Okay, I'm gonna get my bell out again and jingle it around my head.
Okay, wisdom save. Boggle.
Yep.
That's gonna be a 16 this time.
Oh, that passes. I'll be like, ugh, put my bell away.
Okay.
Sigh.
Oh, sorry. What about wild?
I think I'm going to have to use my 2 rapiers to fend off.
Okay, you can make 1 rapier attack.
1 rapier?
Yes.
Okay, I'm greedy.
Okay,
so
so on your character sheet you should have in the middle, roughly in the middle, attacks, and it should be 1 rapier there, and it should have a plus something next to it.
So it should have what? Attacks?
Let me have a look where to keep your character sheet, because I have it here.
Mine's the bottom right box on my character sheet.
Is this bit here?
Yeah.
Yeah? It's got different...
Yes, weapon attacks. Weapon attacks and cantrips. Yeah? Yes, where it's got rapier.
So mine's rapier plus 5, so I do...
Roll a d20 plus 5.
Okay.
And you've got to get higher than their armor class to hit them.
I'm going to. 15.
That will hit. So you'll see on your character sheet next to the attack roll, it has the damage is 1d8 plus 3.
Yeah?
So that is, you roll an 8-sided dice and add 3 for your damage.
So I just do roll and then...
1d8 this time.
1d8 plus 3?
Yes.
4. Right. Yeah, 4? Is that right?
4? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You stab your rapier into one of these little oily creatures. It kind of winces in pain. And your little Wonderfae behind you seems to become a little bit more anxious. And as you stab him, he's going to... It's his turn. He's going to kind of shout at this little Wonderfae with you, Wild Lip. That she'll never find her power. And give me an insight check, please. And whose was it? Was it yours that said had exhaustion?
So you want me to do, sorry, insight?
Yeah, was it your Wonderfae I said had levels of exhaustion last time? I think it was. So
yes.
Insight with disadvantage. So give me 2 rolls and choose the lowest one. As your
so two rolls for insight, yeah?
Yes, and then we'll use the lowest one. As your Wonderface seems to be getting weaker. His self-doubts are setting in.
My lowest one is 16.
16 is enough. You are able to kind of fend off his nasty Buggle's mean words.
Okay.
Karamip, one is going to try and do the same for you, so give me an insight check, please, as he tries to...
9.
9 is enough. Yeah, you're able to reassure little Karamip.
just pat her on the head. Fine.
Clump. Insight check as 1 targets your little mini clump. I get a
18.
I got a 13 that time. So you're able to fend him off. And finally, Winkin, please give me an insight check as 1. Tries to do the same for you. And gets a massive 0.
+2. 6.
6. You are. He is fine. These buggles maybe not got too much imagination in their attacks. But Winkin, it's your turn.
So, are we still hitting these things? Are they going to summon the red caps if we kill them? That's a bad thing.
Your little Wonderface suddenly become more anxious every time you hit them. And you could use your action to try and reassure one of them, or something else that might soothe them, calm them down.
Yeah, I'm just going to talk instead of attacking. I'm just going to talk to Peter, and I'm going to tell him about how great he is and how he can do anything.
Okay, give me a persuasion
build
check.
His confidence. Persuasion +1.
Yeah.
Oh, 12.
Okay, as you tell him this, you see he kind of starts kind of shaking a bit less and kind of looks up at you with his big eyes, and you see him taking in every word you say. And as you do, one of those buggles just seems to fade away into nothingness.
Aha! Everyone be nice to your little Wonderface.
Okay.
If I have to.
We are back to Clump.
I guess I'm feeling inspired, and I shall attempt to do the same thing and comfort my little Wonderface so its own doubt disappears.
Okay, tell me what you're going to tell Mini Clump, and roll a persuasion check.
I'm going to tell him that he is loved and he is treasured, and I am so glad that I met him and that he helped me rediscover my own childish wonder, and that I will never sort of let that go, and that he's changed my life.
Oh, lovely. Okay, roll persuasion with advantage.
I'm going to have to roll it twice.
I'm afraid so.
The highest is 12.
12 is just enough. You see Clump, shedding a little tear and kind of giving you a big squeezy hug, rubbing his porridge-covered face against your shoulder. And as he squeezes you, you see another one of these buggles. You maybe don't see, but you sense another one of these buggles just fading away into nothingness. Karamip.
Can I try and persuade mine by distracting it using minor illusion?
Yeah, you can. Okay. I still gonna need a persuasion.
Distracting the self-doubt away.
I still need a persuasion.
Yeah.
Persuasion check or performance check, but I'll give you advantage if you're using the minor illusion to help.
Cool. I'll do a performance check, like making some sort of like dancing bear that will distract.
Okay.
Cool. That's not great. Either way, it's a 9.
It's a 9. How big's this bear?
It's a really small bear. It's like same height as me.
It's a lot bigger than a Wonderface, and she kind of squeals in kind of shock as this bear appears and kind of tries to hide behind your legs.
But it's friendly. It's dancing. Look at it.
She doesn't seem at all reassured by this bear, I'm afraid.
Wave it away.
Wildlip.
I'm going to turn to Little Wildlip and tell her that she has the power inside her to overcome anything, and that in saying that I've discovered that's what I have too, and together we can make it through this.
Okay, excellent. You can give me a persuasion check. You didn't eat a porridge, did you?
No.
No, just give me a persuasion check, please. Vicky, I think you've frozen again.
11.
11 is not quite enough. She's
Oh.
Yeah, she's a bit reassured, quite reassured, but it still seems to be racked with anxiety in there. You can still see this kind of little tremble in her.
Can I try again?
You can on your next turn.
Okay.
But no, as this nasty boggle sees his self-doubt setting in, he's going to try and capitalize on it. Please give me an insight check at disadvantage again, please. Wildlip.
Sorry, what do you want?
So insight check with disadvantage, which means you roll twice and you choose the lowest one.
Okay, all right. So lowest one was 10.
Okay, that is enough. His words aren't getting through. And Karamip, same from you, please. Oh.
At disadvantage, or
no, yours isn't affected yet.
Then I rolled a 20, so it's 23.
Excellent. He's not getting past you and hurting her anymore.
Good.
Those two are gone. Okay, Winkin. You've reassured Peter. That boggle has disappeared. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Oh, so my boggle's gone?
Yes, there are still two others, though, who seem to be affecting Karamip's and Wildlip's little friends.
Oh, can I try and build one of them up as well?
You can. The persuasions, the reassurance doesn't help us much, but you could do something to try and kind of soothe them or calm them down, if you like, some kind of...
Oh, I'm going to cast... I've got Druid Craft, so I'm going to cast my Druid Craft and make a little rain of cherry blossom kind of gently fall down on their heads.
Excellent. I love it. Okay, give me a performance check for that, please.
Performance. +1. 13.
Excellent. That seems to calm them down a lot. Some of his trembling stops, and they seem to be... The boggles are still there, but we seem to be reassured a bit.
Cool.
Clump, what about you?
I guess I will try and do the same and try and keep them calm and try and soothe them ever so slightly by recounting a story I wrote when I was much younger.
Excellent. Give me a performance check as you tell a story, please.
Oh God. 18.
Excellent. Okay, they seem to be quite. Watch some of we're kind of watching these petals fall, but suddenly seem to be kind of getting ready to sit down and listen to Clump's story time. So Karamip.
I'll try and talk to mine again. I will say that part of being a magician is directing people away from the things you don't want them to see. And sometimes that's just your own nerves. You're directing them away from the fact that you're actually really nervous about everything you're doing, really anxious and really worried, but you direct them away and then suddenly you feel more confident because nobody else can see it. So why should you see it?
Okay, wonderful. Give me a persuasion check with advantage this time.
That is a 20.
Excellent. Little Karamip kind of just watches you, kind of nodding, and a little boggle of self-doubt just seems to fade away into nothingness, or ooze away into oiliness. Okay, there's one left. Wildlip, it's your turn.
I think I speak lots of languages, so can I soothe the Wonderfae in their own language, their own tongue, and also say that I can understand what these slitherers are saying, and it's all bravado and all an act, and be strong because nothing's going to happen to them. Can I soothe in their language?
Absolutely you can, and you can give me a persuasion check this time with advantage, so you roll twice and choose the highest one.
Oh, okay. Persuasion, yeah?
Yes, please.
This was, hold on, 19.
Excellent. As little Wildlip listens to you and She says to you in a little tiny quiet voice, still sounds quite scared, but she says, maybe that's our power. And the little boggle that has been besetting her again just fades away into nothingness.
Right.
Okay, and at this point a portal appears. A shimmering portal manifests inside the bag of holding. The Wonderfay sway gently back and forth around the portal, humming a melodic tune. Above you, the bag of holding opens, and Abuelita Evalisa's face appears. She says, "Take an item and gift it to your Wonderfay, along with words of encouragement or wisdom. Perhaps there is something you wanted to tell them, so that you might be true to yourself. This is your second chance to live the life you want." And Abuelita smiles as the Wonderfay wait patiently near the portal. And you realise around this bag of holding you're inside, there are a number of items. There's a sword, a shield, a lantern, a stuffed animal, a mirror, a scroll, a spell book, and a religious book. And you can each choose one thing to give your little Wonderfay to take away as they begin their new life. Something maybe reflects maybe what you are, or what you could be, or what you maybe want to be. And you all have a few moments just to give a few last words of encouragement to your Wonderfay. Say one last thing to them before they go off and start their new life. So, who would like to go first? Okay, Wildlip.
I would like to tell my Wonderfay that I've always believed that I had to prove myself by going into battle, and that my tenaciousness was my strength, that I would never give up in battle. But I've realised that actually my strength is to look inside myself, and to know when it's okay not to fight, when talking is better than fighting.
Lovely. Okay, and would you like to give her a gift, or is it just these beautiful words of encouragement?
Mirror. I think I'd like to give a mirror, please.
Okay. Okay, she takes the mirror and knows that she's loved for who she is. Who would like to go next? Okay, Clump.
Okay, I will take the lantern. I'm going to hand it to my little Wonderfay and say, the light of this lantern not only will guide you through the darkness and lead you away, but it also represents the light of your heart. You don't see the world with your eyes, you see it with your heart. You don't judge things with your brain, you judge them with your heart. And as long as you stay true to your own lantern, you'll always be guided the right way.
Lovely. Okay, thank you. Who would like to go next?
I will. I'll get the. I'll take the little stuffed animal and I'll give it to Peter and say, Peter, this little animal is you. This is your spirit animal. It lived inside you, and you can feed it and be kind to it, and it will grow big and strong and brave, just like you. And I'll give it to Peter. I'll give him a little kiss.
Okay, you pick up this little flying squirrel with little wings tied between its going from its limbs, and Peter hugs it close. And Karamip.
I'm going to pick up the religious book, and I'm going to change the title, try and illusionary make the title to say words you should always live by, and take it over to my little one and say, don't be worried about anything. Look at this book. Inside here are things that will tell you exactly how to live your life. If you follow these, Lyra will always shine down upon you, and you'll never be wanting for anything. You will be absolutely fine, and it's okay to be a bit worried about it. It's okay to not feel confident in front of people, but she'll get you through. You can always rely on her.
Okay, as you do, the words in the book do change, and it now spells out words to live your life by. And she holds it close and starts flicking through it. And then excitedly kind of flicks another page, and then flicks back and checks a bit, and flicks forward again. And then the Wonderia wave goodbye, as the portal gently sweeps them away. And at that moment, the Feywild is at peace. And so the years went on, until this story was remembered for a moment by the adventurers, until it was forgotten once more. The end.
Aww. That was cool.
It was very cute.
Yeah, well, thank you. I hope you all enjoyed that, and thank you all for playing with me. I enjoyed that a lot.
I'm going to have nightmares about the red caps that we never knew what they were. I'm gonna haunt me.
Yeah.
That was so sweet. I was expecting to be
It was
killing
lovely.
monsters and things, and it was all just cute and nice.
Yeah.
We are all in kids lit, you know.
Exactly.
True, yeah.
Thank you for a very gentle one for my first ever not knowing what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, thank you. That was brilliant.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Okay, well, thank you all. And yeah, I will hopefully be running more of these games over the next however many months, and it would be great to maybe have you back again for another one at some point. And
Do some homework next time. I'll be a bit more proficient.
you did great. You did absolutely fine. Thank you. Okay, well, thank you and good night, everyone.